Tom Larson, yes. Correct. Yeah! Well, thank you folks for inviting me back here to CCDL. This is not my first time at the rodeo. I ran against him in 2014. I also ran against John Larson in 2012 as a petitioning candidate. I got over 4,000 signatures to get on the ballot. So this is nothing new to me. And trust me, if you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew Corey. I graduated high school in 1982 from Manchester, Connecticut. I joined the United States Navy right out of high school. And I've been a permit holder since I got out of the United States Navy, which is probably 86 or 87. I haven't looked at my permit, but I'm sure it's in the 80s. I'm also a lifetime member of the NRA, if that helps out. I think the next level up is platinum. I just signed up for that. Is that right? Is that right, Rebecca? I think so. I think it's the platinum membership. They had a deal on it, but not that I wouldn't give anyway. Look, Congressman Larson and our Connecticut delegation is going to try to make this a one-issue campaign coming into November. And I can promise you I will not let them do that. So if you don't know who I'm running against the guy that created that 1960 sit-in on the U.S. Congress floor. This guy is pathetic and he's incompetent. And when you do a sit-in like that, that means your voice isn't getting heard in Washington, D.C. That means nobody's listening. Right. This guy's been down there for 18 years. And when I say to anybody, if you haven't been, when you go to Washington, if you haven't accomplished what you went there for in the first place after 18 years, then when? Then when? John Larson talks about background checks. He's fully endorsed Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for president. Do you think she could pass a background check for national security? So basically what our congressional delegation says, it's your fault. It's the law-abiding citizens' fault that these massacres are happening, that these shootings are happening. It's our fault. We need to turn that narrative around. It's the failed policies. The gun violence in the inner cities are the failed policies. We need an economic ladder and an economic escape for the inner cities. This is where the most gun violence is, folks. This is the most gun violence. The guy that did that shooting in Orlando passed not only a state background check, but a federal background check. And the security company he worked for was protecting government buildings. And what most do these people have in common? Mental health issues. This is a mental health issue thing. And anybody that voted for SB 1160, I want to say, how do you feel now? How do you feel now when they just cut out the mental health in the last budget? They should all be ashamed of themselves. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican, you should be ashamed of yourself. I ran in 2014. We didn't raise a lot of money, but we got our name out there. I raised $32,000, probably a bit of my own money. And we went against a guy that spent $1.6 million. $1.6 million, that was $12 a vote. We garnished about 38, 39%. That's not too bad in a heavily Democratic district. And I know everybody stands up here and they ask you for help. Whether you can help me financially or whether you can help me through social media, that means a lot. That means sharing, liking, sharing. You can go to my website, CoreyForCongress.org, or Matthew Corey for Congress on Facebook. And just, even if it's $5 to help out, even if it's sharing a link or sharing a speech that we give on social media, that's going to help us out tremendously. But you have to believe that this first district can be won. He's been down there 18 years, you have to believe it. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think this guy could be beat. He's failing Connecticut. The closer you get to Congressman Larson, the higher the unemployment rate, the higher the economic despair. And they ask themselves a question, why is there gun violence in the inner city? Why is there a drug trade in the inner city? There's no hope. There's no hope. It's not only in the inner city, it's on the outskirts. We are losing our youth, we are losing our manufacturing jobs, we're losing everything. And what do they want to blame it on? They want to make it a one-issue thing, the gun issue. You know why? That's easy. That's easy to pass more laws to say, you know what? We're going to restrict law-abiding citizens. That's easy. I can go home to my constituents and say, see, we're doing something about this violence. But are they really? They're failing, and they're failing our state. Thank you so much.